Josh Adams.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of the Mystic Racing League here on a Wednesday night for their Black Diamond Designs Truck Series, this time at Kansas. The OklahomaBounce.com, show it off, 200. It's going to be a fun one here in the Heartland. Probably wondering, who's talking in your ear right now? It's Morgan Cook, lead and producer here on VSPEED. If you haven't already, drop us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a moment of the racing action. Hit that bell icon so you can see all the racing we have here on the channel. VSpeedSim.com, VSpeedSim.com/shop for all your merchandise needs, and follow us on X at VSpeedSim. Cameras presented by Dougie Beard. Appreciate the support he has given us. Now let's chat about this racetrack. 1.5 miles, the home of the closest finish in NASCAR history. 17 degrees of banking in the corners, but it is variable. I believe it's 20 degrees up on the high side, about 18 in the middle, 17 on the bottom of this racetrack. Allows multi-groove racing like almost nowhere else in the world. It's been fantastic to race at this place, one of my absolute favorites. It's almost glass smooth, with a couple bumps on the entrance of the corners where drivers lift off the throttle. Would become a factor tonight. Curious to see what these trucks are able to do with the lines presented to them. And in about 15 seconds, we're going to find out who qualified where, who is going to take a shot here at moving on to the next round with a win in these playoffs. It's been a fun one for the half season I've been covering this series, and it's only going to get wilder here in Kansas. Without further ado, let's find out where your favorite driver is going to start tonight. Starting on the pole. Great lap from Aaron Baum in the 6. Braden Hughes will start to his outside. Starting third will be Jacob Cochran, familiar face. Here on VSpeed, Jackson Tatala will start in 4th. 5th position will be 7 Hawthorne. Eric Jewett will start in 6th. The 4th row belongs to Adam Holston and Justin Hendry, 7th and 8th here this evening. 9th will be Douglas Wasaki in the 11. Christian Barnes will start in 10th. 11th will be Evan Janik in the 71, making a rare appearance in the Truck Series. Andrew Allen will start in 12th. 13th will be Reggie Kime in the 9. Gavin Hinson, one of the fastest in practice, starts in 14th. 15th will be Keith DeWinnell. Apologies for that one, Keith. Joshua Thornton will start in 16th spot. 17th will be Caleb Hunt in the 78. He mentioned before the show he fully expects to be up here talking to me by the end of this one. Harold Tucker III, they call him Trey. He'll be starting 18th here tonight. Your top 20 belongs to Casey Bristow in the 7 and Brad Nelson in the 33. 21st will be John Ullman in the 34. Christopher Benning, not taking a time, will start 22nd. He is the last driver in the field. He'll start shotgun on the field, as they say. All right, well, without further ado, let's get trackside. See the Gladiators first, a blimp shot high above this racetrack here in Kansas, all lit up, ready for a show. There is the entire field just sitting on the grid waiting for this thing to get underway. And while we have a moment, let's talk about that race analysis. 134 laps, apologies, is the scheduled distance here tonight. Definitely more than 34, isn't it? Scheduled distance here tonight. Pit road speed is 45 miles an hour. It's not the hardest pit road to get onto, but it can definitely be inducive to speeding because it's such an easy pit road to get onto. 6 tire sets available. I highly doubt you're going to use all of them, but they're there if you need them, just in case. Stage is going to be at lap 30 and 60. Definitely going to be important. That's going to be a long final stage here this evening. Going to have to keep an eye on that. 30 to 35 laps of fuel, meaning you can likely make it those first 2 stages, but you will not be able to make it the final stage without pitting. One more pace lap going on here. Lights are still on that pace truck. Still have some drivers with those yellow spoilers. One of them right there, Jacob Cochran. Playoff driver, playoff hopeful. Adam Holston got one as well. A little further back, Gavin Hinson has one. So does the 27 of Christian Barnes. John Ullman's got one as well. There's a 34, John Ullman. So does Andrew Allen. As well as Harold Tucker III, who seems to be starting with an EOL here tonight. There is that purple number 79. Pace lights are out. About a mile and a half to go until we get this thing underway here on a Wednesday night. Only a few weeks left in the season. Someone's going to walk out of here victorious, and 21 are going to be disappointed that they weren't able to claim that top spot. But who is it going to be? Will it be your pole sitter, Aaron Baum? How about Braden Hughes? Will it be somebody else? Lots of heavy hitters in this field tonight. Off of turn number 4. Pace truck can make that sharp turn. There it is. Field in the hands of Aaron Baum. Into the restart zone for the first time tonight. And we're racing in Kansas. Off of turn 4 for the first time tonight. It's going to be the outside lane. Braden Hughes going to take that spot to kick us off here for the evening. Outside's going to have a lot of momentum with this cool racetrack here this evening. A little look at the weather for you. Only 74 degrees on the racetrack. That will mean lots and lots of grip out there. Oh, we're spinning in the back. The 33 of Brad Nelson into the outside wall. The 9's around as well. Did not take long. 79 in it also. Playoff driver. Let's go back here. What happened to start the melee so early? So 3 wide. I don't think Kime realized 33 was all the way down there. Trying to give a lot of room to the outside. And just got into the side of the 33. And that is, of course, not what you want to see. Let's go on board, or have a look at it one more time here. Better shot of it. So Kime not having a good corner there. Falls back quite a bit. Yeah, I think he got spooked by the 97. Came down the racetrack, got into the 33. Around they go. And then Kime hard left into, and now, oh, that's got to be tough for Harold Tucker III. Did nothing to be a part of that. And that's going to be heavy damage already on the 79. So already early in this race. Already early in this race, we have drivers, playoff drivers, not having what they need to happen. Field continues to pace around this facility. Look at Casey Bristow, up 1 spot from where he started in that grayed out number 7. Back up front, coming to the choose, I would imagine. Braden Hughes going to get that first opportunity to pick where he wants to go. Top or bottom. It was made very clear which one or which lane was which situation here. There you go. You see it pretty obviously right there. See the entire field making their decisions. And I had a camera for this, it just didn't save. So apologies for that, everyone. Trying to deal with that here throughout the show. Field going to be in the hands of Braden Hughes on the bottom this time. He has the advantage because he can launch first and slide up in front of that high lane, which clearly had a lot of speed on that initial start. I also look at that high side and I see a pair of teammates. Aaron Baum, Derek Jewett, both in the same stable. In fact, their team name is Derek Aaron Motorsports. How creative. 99. Showing as the 6 on your timing and scoring, and the 45. Five laps into 134 here this evening. Race truck once again off of the racetrack. Slow roll into the restart zone, but a big jump. Saw it immediately as they cross that first white line. I imagine the 11's going to slide up the racetrack here. There it is. And sail it off into turn number 1. Inside's got the momentum this time around. High side did not get a good run at all. Lose a bunch of time here. The top 2 on the restart are now back. The 5th and 6th. Gonna be 3 wide, a little further back here. This is getting precarious. Back down to double file. As the 99 is just trying to find a spot to get into here. He keeps hemorrhaging positions right behind Jacob Cochran. He's going to go way high, right up against the outside highest we've seen a truck all night. Is there momentum out there? Not really. Maybe a little bit on the straightaway, but he was not great in the center of the corner. Cochran might get split 3 wide if he's not careful here. Still side by side. This is for the 4th position. Cochran on the bottom. The 6 of Baum on the high side. In front of them, Jackson Hatala and 7 Hawthorne. Having a battle. I'm going to assume that's Stephen Hawthorne, not 7 Hawthorne, but, you know, there's some humor in there. Right behind, Braden Hughes, currently the leader of this one. And how sweet it must be to have this view behind you. Everybody in the rear view. So goes that 17 to the top. And they're catching time. Oh, in the middle of the racetrack, that's not going to work. What are we doing here? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not how you avoid the leaders. Wow. That should have been a 12-car pileup every day of the week. I'm looking at Adam Holston a little further back, running P10 right now behind Andrew Allen, giving him a push down the backstretch. Yeah, the big loser out of that ordeal was absolutely Aaron Baum. Went from running up, battling for 4th. He's now back to 7th. They're fighting in front of him. 3 wide now to his inside. Andrew Allen, Douglas Wasaki. Wasaki going to get split down the middle, and there he goes, losing a couple spots. Everyone, so far so good here. Trying to figure out what these trucks have. Looks like the bottom's going to be the preferred way to go for a little while here. Topside will be fast later, I would imagine. Once the tires start to wear, momentum really builds. Hard to beat the top lane in that situation, but for now, if you can get to somebody's quarter panel, their left rear, you can usually make the pass here. We're seeing the 45 put a little freight train action on the 09. 09 trying to do it right back, not going to get there. Slide off the racetrack just a touch, and Jewett going to the front. There's Evan Janik in the 71. Already up half a dozen positions. His 11th place starting spot to P5, trying to go up the middle. Not going to do it. It's just barely going to get clear. I should say, just barely going to get to the quarter of the 85. Make it around it. Great battles all the way throughout this race. Oh, car spinning. It's a 17. Hawthorne. That truck is mangled. That's not going to drive very well. Let's go back and see what happened. Saki and Hinson. Oh, he just lifts a little bit and then gets tagged in the back by the 29. That's definitely not what he wanted. Halfway to the stage. Field starting to break apart into really 3 distinct groups. First one obviously led by your leader. Second one starting in 7th position, led by Aaron Baum, and now Adam Holston trying to make a charge up to lead that little group. And then it's another ways back to Caleb Hunt in that Interstate Batteries number 78. Leading John Ullman and Joshua Thornton. Now, Brad Nelson. Like we're buying time right now. Everyone's just... Well, except for this little knot here. Trying to work out who is going to run 10th, who's going to run 9th. As Allen slides up the racetrack in front of Hinson. Wow, that should have been wall contact, I would have thought, but great job keeping it off the fence as there's 3 wide in front of him. Something serious is going on with that 9 car. That truck is well off the pace. It's Holston trying to find a way around him. He's up front. Cochran has gotten back around Derek Jewett. New second place truck for the first time tonight. Braden Hughes continues to lead. He's led every lap so far. This is where, oh, heavy wall contact for the 45 and for the 9. This is where that dirty air really starts to come into effect. This is where the tire wear really starts to hurt. What's right on board here? This is with the 45. See what he's feeling. Watch that yellow piece of tape on the steering wheel. See what it looks like here in the center of the corner. Yeah, not too tight. Little snug on the exit, but nothing to write home about here, but he's definitely losing ground right on board with Jacob Cochran. Watch his steering wheel. He's kind of got the opposite thing where he's able to put a lot of wheel in it to start, and then once he hits the throttle, it kind of turns for him, whereas Jewett has less wheel into the corner and more out of the corner. So curious to see how that's going to impact drivers throughout this race. We got about 11 laps left to the stage. This 2x2 battle. Woolman, Allen, Nelson, Bristow. A couple playoff drivers in here. Bristow just really trying to find a way around these guys. So already up 4 positions, one of the biggest movers of the day. The biggest mover is 2 trucks in front of him. That would be John Ullman, who's up 9 positions to start this one. 21st all the way to P12. So we got big issues in front of these guys. Oh my goodness, somebody way out of line, I think. I think that was the 8 of Holston that found himself just about going for a ride. A little wall contact there for the 8. As Gavin Hinson is caught up to this group. This would be the battle for 8. Hinson off turn number 2, going to make a move all the way down to the bottom. Really going to try a slide job here on Barnes. It's going to work. He absolutely made that corner work. And up front, Braden Hughes starting to pull away. The gap is 0.3 and growing. This bomb went for a slide job on Janik, couldn't quite make it stick. Your top 10 starting to spread apart a little bit. The real battles are back here, just outside the top 10. Barnes and Hinson 4/10. You got Nelson, Ullman, and Wasaki. This is for 11th. A little further back, Caleb Hunt in 16th. Taking the fight to the other green truck in this one, Andrew Allen. We're just going to keep it locked. On this battle here, this is a good one. This trio's really been fighting since almost the drop of the green flag, it seems like. To close in on just a handful of laps left in the stage. For now, it spreads apart. Each driver putting about 0.2 between each other. Barnes and Holston still going at it. They're still scrapping. One of the 2 side-by-side battles on the racetrack. The other one, of course, we just saw it on the screen. Hunt and Allen. Slide job, not successful. Oh, big wall contact for the 33. He's going to save it. It's hard to pass here. With the multi-grooves, you have options. Can run a seam to try and help that truck turn a little bit. Really can make, you can really manufacture speed here better than a lot of racetracks, I find, just with the plethora of different banking configurations. Ways you can drive this racetrack. You can really try and diamond the corner. You can, oh, wall contact for the 8 there. You can run the high side. You can run the bottom in the middle, and combinations thereof. Enter high, exit low, enter low, exit high. Whatever you got to do to make yourself find speed here, it is all viable. Watch how close these trucks get to the outside wall. A little too close there for the 8. Got a touch of it. Have a look here from Bomb's point of view. That's tight. Now look at that. About 1.5 feet away from that outside retaining wall, and really close to it on the exit. As he catches up to a group here, Hendry and Janik. Trying to figure out who's going to run 4th, who's going to run 5th, and who's going to run 6th, as a matter of fact. Oh, heavy wall contact for Janik and for Bomb. Your top 5 is spread out quite a bit. 5, 6, 7. Tight together. Now they single file out here. The dirty air just proving to be difficult enough. You can't really do anything about it. You can try and run another line, but the other lines might not quite be good enough right now. It's something you have to contend with as well, as just because you can run quickly in a line, it might not be as quickly as the other grooves available. White flag here in stage number 1. And your stage 1 winner will be Braden Hughes in the number 20. Caution is out, and that will be your stage. Congratulations. The driver started 2nd, and I believe has led every lap to this point. He has led every lap to this point. Now, field will get caught back up to each other here. Pace truck just coming out of pit road. Will collect the field. Let's make some pit stops. Come back for the choose. And go racing for stage number 2. We will take a quick step aside and be back right after this. You've been watching the Mystic Racing League, their Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. In the OklahomaBounce.com Show It Off 200. Be back right after this. Back here on VSPEED, trucks just leaving the pit lane. The The end of stage number 1 was a good one. Led every lap. Did the 20 of Braden Hughes. See if we can catch up with the driver. Don't believe he is in the Discord. No, he is not. Unfortunate, we'll not get a chance to talk to your stage 1 winner. It was a fantastic drive, nonetheless. Should be choosing this time. Yes, we are at the choose. Drivers making it nice and clear where they want to go. For race control, Brandon Willard, also league owner. Appreciate all the work he puts into this and allowing VSPEED the opportunity to cover these races along with their other broadcasting partners. Definitely a fun environment here in Mystic. New look front row. Braden Hughes and Derek Jewett going to take a chance. Came off pit road 4th. Going to restart in 2nd. Can he make that top side work? He's going to be at the disadvantage for a moment. See if he can find that momentum, regain it, and take it to the front. Another big winner out of this pit stop sequence was Adam Holston. Trapped in a battle for 6th, jumped a couple drivers. Justin Hendry's going to fall back a little bit in that 85. Going to go from 4th back to 7th. Pace lights back on the pace track. We will not be going green this time around. Harold Tucker III going to take this opportunity to get some much needed fuel in that truck. Should be able to make it to the end of the stage easily on fuel, but still doesn't hurt to make a slightly shorter pit stop later. Black flag for Reggie Kime under this pit sequence. Most drivers have pit 1 time. 3 trips down the pit lane for Brad Nelson. 2 apiece for Harold Tucker III and Reggie Kime. Now off of turn 2. We pace. Should be going green here in about 3/4 of a mile. Yes, pace lights still out on the pace truck. Fields in order. We're getting ready. Turn them loose. One more time here in Kansas. What do you think, chat? Who you got? We got 10 people watching right now. Who is your pick to win this one? Will the 11/20, will he lead all the laps tonight? Will someone else challenge? Will it be on this restart, perhaps, that we see someone get the opportunity to take the lead away for the first time tonight? We're going to find out in mere moments in the restart zone. Great jump by both lanes. But the 11 has the run. Perfect restart for Jewett. He's going to fall in line. He should retake 2nd here in front of Cochran. Holston and Baum. Baum goes all the way down to block Janik. Whole field zips by. And off of turn 4. What a parade of speed. Leaders gotten out a little bit here as we battle 2 and 3 wide. This is the best battle on the racetrack right now. Patala, Brad Nelson having issues. 33 has fallen back. Hinson sticks that yellow truck to the bottom of the racetrack. Atala still to the quarter. Can't quite clear Gavin Hinson. They will be drag racing down the backstretch. Here comes Baum trying to get around Cochran. He's going to do so successfully. Now can Cochran hold off Janik? 71's been fast all night. As every position behind the leader has changed hands tonight. Every one of them except for that top spot. The only position that has not changed hands here this evening. There's some great battles throughout the field. Saki and Thornton, as well as Ullman. This trio going at it, and they're about to bring in Keith DeWinnel. About to be a quartet as they battle for 16th. Almost a little contact there. Really side drafting aggressively as Thornton. But up front, Derek Jewett has caught up to the leader. This is the closest we've had someone to the back bumper of the 20 all day. Just not enough. The draft is definitely helping. But it's not quite strong enough to make up the time you lose in the center of the corner. 45 had a great run that time, though. He might have a run here. Follow him right down to the grass. Not quite close enough to turn left. Oh, he made a shot at it. I think that was one lap too early. He's going to bob a little bit and lose all that ground he just made up. As we've single filed back to basically the whole field. Ullman in the fence. Further back. Back in 17th, but really the top 17 in that single file line. Leader. Scraped the fence a little bit. Braden Hughes driving the wheels off, but still, as Cochran and Bob go at it. Opens the door for Hinson. Gavin Hinson's on board. Can the 39 do with the top four? The trucks at Kansas put on a great show. It's a mix of a super speedway race and a mile and a half. Strategy of when you make the move, because momentum matters so much. The front tires don't last forever. As Derek Jewett, for the first time tonight, someone besides Braden Hughes will lead a lap, and it's going to be the 45. Now off into turn number one. Preferred lane is the bottom for the moment. Jewett's going to take that spot away. Power move for the 45. Big block down to the paint. Another block. Hughes takes that spot right back. One set of corners later, and here comes the rest of the field. Crossover again. He's gonna get him. Somehow, some way, they don't end up crashing. Door bang into the corner. Cochran's on the paint. Wow, we got a battle here. Door slam from Bob to Cochran. Where does Hinson go? Is he sticking with the 84? Here comes Janik. It's getting wild up here at the front. And retaking the lead is Derek Jewett. Your top seven having a whale of a race up here. Bit of a gap back to Justin Hendry, Adam Holston, Andrew Allen. 8, 9, 10. But they wish they were up in this little scrum. It's Hinson. Baum catches the wall. Baum going for a ride. He will drop out of this top six. Fall back into the clutches of the drivers behind him. As Braden Hughes is putting the moves on Derek Jewett right now. Trying to cross him over. Jewett says, you're not going down to the bottom. The 11 says, you go low, I go lower. Pushes him into the corner, and here comes Cochran. Both of them at a compromise entry. The 84's got the run off the corner. Nowhere to go with it. Now to the top side. Damage now on the quarter panel of the 20 from contact with Cochran. 20 slides up. Cochran now down to the bottom. What a race we're having here for the top 3 in the stage. 84 to the bottom. Can't make it stick. Momentum on the high side. Hughes gonna clear. 45 is loving this. Contact. In the wall. I believe that was for Janet. It's your top 6. Nose to tail, equidistant. Trying to plan their next move. 11 laps to go to get to the end of the stage. Day's gone bad to worse for Aaron Baum. It continues to fall back. Now 10th position for the pole sitter. We look away for just a second, and the battle's on for second again. Cochran to the bottom. Can he make it stick this time? Hinson there to back him up. And Janik way on the high side, trying to get that momentum. Hatala slides up in front to block the 71. Cochran's got him for the moment, for second. Looks like he's going to get that spot. Now it's Hinson's turn. Can Hinson clear? The drivers led the most laps tonight. And still 52 laps in, only 2 different lap leaders this evening. Dirty Air not agreeing with the 11. I think he's getting tight from that damage. Hinson should be able to clear into 1. Hatala might follow him through. He's going to be split 3 wide here. Janik could not quite get there. Oh, you can tell the 71 wanted to fill that hole. Never mind, he is going to fill the hole on the bottom of the racetrack. Tries to force it 3 wide, not quite enough to do it. It's looking like we're going to have 2 different stage winners if we stay green. Will Janik clear both of these guys as Cochran takes the lead for a moment into turn number 1. Atala has cleared for 4th. Battles all over the racetrack. Incredible. Oh, he got into the side of him. Cochran and Jewett make contact in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Jewett hangs on. Front tires not behaving the way you hope at this stage in the run. 2 playoff drivers hunting down the driver who was out from the playoffs a couple weeks ago. Wall contact for Hinson. Wall contact for Atala. Barnes a little further back. Catching up to lap traffic. Harold Tucker III. Right in front of these guys. 79 goes way out of the way here. No need to interfere with such a fantastic battle for the win of the stage. Cochran drives it right down to that white line. Can't quite make it stick. Hinson's fallen off just a little bit here, back to 3/10. Where do you go? For Jacob Cochran. And how do you defend if you're Derek Jewett? Look from the rear bumper of your leader. Under 5 laps to go in the stage. Whole field still all trying to scrap and claw for everything. You've seen it so hard to pass here tonight. You got to time it for 2 or 3 laps to make that move stick. A little further back in, your pole sitter continues to fall through the field. Baum must have some sort of damage. Back to 14th position. Casey Bristow trying to get around him. Moving back to the 15th spot. Another driver who had an issue, Evan Janik, still has not cleared the 20. Now they're 3 wide on the backstretch. Finally gets around him, but hemorrhaged a spot doing so. Satala got around him. Now wall contact for 71. That's not going to help cases at all. Hendry with a massive save. Caught the grass, went for a ride. Continues to keep that thing pointed in the right direction. Closest battle on the racetrack is for the lead, but it's not particularly close anymore. Scratch that, it's still back here for 6th and 7th. The 11 and 71 still have not gotten rid of each other. To come to the white flag of stage number 2. Contact again for Janik. Caution is out on the racetrack. Christopher Benning has gone for a wild ride here. That will end the stage. Before we have a look at that, stage number 2 winner, apologies, be Derek Jewett. That is your stage winner. Congratulations to him. Led 16 laps in that second stage to claim the stage win. Let's go have a look at what caused the accident with Christopher Benning. Truck's already destroyed right there. He's getting pushed by Wasaki, it looks like. Here into turn number 3. Off the corner here. Oh, yeah, just misjudged, I think. Did Wasaki. Let's have a ride on the front of this truck, maybe from the roof of it. Clearly trying to get around Benning. I mean, it's a race. I understand why. Oh, gives Benning a big shot right there. Now, clearly not a fan of something that happened here. Yeah, that's race control is going to look at that one. That's a tough one. Regardless, that is the stage caution. Drivers hitting the pit lane. Every one of these 22 trucks should hit pit road here. Little housekeeping for you. All 21 of these drivers on the lead lap. Only one driver not on the lead lap is Reggie Kime from earlier contact. He should get the wave around here. Free pass, I should say. Everyone into the pit stall. What a great race off pit road. Jewett's going to win that one. Atala, then Hinson and Cochran. Holston rounds out that top 5. Well, let's talk to that stage 2 winner. Derek Jewett. Morgan up at the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yes, sir.
My goodness, man. One driver led every single lap of stage number 1. We're asking ourselves up here in the booth, was that going to continue? You clearly said no. Enough of that. How'd you get the lead? How'd you keep the lead in a spirited battle with both Hughes and Cochran?
Well, Morgan, I wake up and I do stuff to make me excellent. But no, that was fun. I didn't like how the 11 kept chopping my nose. I don't know. I know he's new here, but yeah, that was very frustrating. But once I got there and I was, he kept chopping my nose off, I was like, I'm done. So, and then I just returned the favor. So it's all on him.
Well, you were able to maintain that lead. I mean, Cochran got into your door a little bit. You probably noticed down in 3 and 4. Was that something where you were trying to keep him pinned down to the bottom and he wasn't able to keep it down there? Or did he slip up? Or what happened there in your eyes?
I think that was just racing. I think that's what it was. I pinched him a little too much, but I came on the radio. I was like, "Hey, that was fun. Sorry if I made you mad, but that was fun racing." And I didn't get anything back. So, but yeah, hopefully that was a good show for the fans here. Um, home crown.
Hometown
Give me
track.
a second.
I gotcha.
Hometown boy had to win something. So, yeah, but great showing for the non-typical designs. Colton Loomis, who makes my paint schemes, he's in Iowa, but he says Kansas is his home track. So glad we got a stage win. So hopefully me or Aaron can get a win for the Damn Boys and possibly non-typical designs.
Awesome. Well, good luck the rest of the way here as you choose the bottom on this one. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is Derek Jewett, your Stage 2 winner. And if you wonder why I interviewed Derek Jewett and not Stage 1 winner Braden Hughes, well, you got to be in the Discord for me to have a chat with you up here on VSPEED. And if you haven't already, this will be my last plug here for a little while as we enter the long stage number 3. Take an opportunity to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon so you don't miss a moment of the racing action. Also, drop me a comment here in the chat. Definitely want to hear what you guys are thinking here at VSPEED Nation, all the people watching. I think there are 11 of us right now watching this one. And again, one more shout out to Cameras by Dougie Beard. If you haven't already, check out vspeedsim.com/shop for all your VSPEED merchandise needs, hats, shirts, stickers, whatever you want. It's on there. And hey, if you ask real nicely, maybe you can get some various leagues on there, some Mystic Racing League merchandise if you you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get this thing dialed back in here. Jewett on the bottom, Hinson on the top side, Hatala and Cochran. Your top 4. Let's get back racing at Kansas. Another fantastic jump by the leader on the restart. Looks like the bottom's the place to be, at least for now. Hinson clears Cochran. Back for third. First side-by-sides for fourth. It's Hughes and Cochran. Look at the run that the 20 gets in the center of the corner. My goodness, right up alongside Hinson. Caught him sleeping. This truck's trying to get back to the front. Gonna get alongside Hatala as well. Some drivers maybe trying to save fuel here. I think you can one-stop this if you play it right to the end of this race. Clearly, the 11 not in that boat. He's going to go for the lead as they're forcing 3 wide behind him. Clearly no love lost between the top 2 right now. Off of 4, drag race, contact. Jewett got him that time by a fender. Where does Hughes go? To the middle, Jewett to the bottom. Is there Doran behind him? Hawthorne making an appearance back up at the front. As they're still Doran on the backstretch for the lead. They still can't straighten it out. They've been side by side for a lap and a half, and here comes Hinson. They're still getting each other. Oh, he wrecked him. He turned him. Derek Jewett into the outside wall. That is not what you want to see. Oh, man. Wow. We saw it live. Beating and banging for a full lap around Kansas. And one driver said, I have had enough, and right there he got him. He got him for sure. Let's go back one more time here. See, these two, they're fighting each other. There's no question. The two stage winners tonight. Contact there, and right there. He's trying to get to him. I don't know if those first bumps were really on the 20, but the last one was. Here from Jewett's on board. Watch the tape. The tape tells the tale here. Off the corner. Not necessarily turning right, but also not necessarily going left either. And then, yeah, just hooked into the fence. So that is going to be a frustrating call, I would imagine. Two very angry drivers right now. Gavin Hinson leads. Some drivers decide to hit the pit lane. Starting off with Jackson Hatala. Strategy play here. This will easily put you in that one-stop territory. And the fresh tires probably won't help or probably won't hurt either. Remember, 6 sets of tires available here this evening. Andrew Allen will be the first off of pit lane. Looks like fuel only for him. A lot of drivers not worried about the tires here. Tia cheering for the 45. Well, unfortunately, Tia, you picked just the wrong time to join us here. Had an excellent run in stage 2, and beginning of stage 3 proving to be disastrous for Derek Jewett. Still a faster pair in the pocket. Every driver's got one. He had not used his to this point. The unfortunate news, still on pit road, potentially a penalty. I'm not exactly sure. Looks like he's rolling now. There he is. He'll fall back to 17th on the lead lap. Braden Hughes down pit road now. Still 1 to the choose. There is the 11. Oh, I think he has taken it to the garage here. Well, he tried. He tried. That was a Kyle Busch effort at making it to the pit lane. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be the end of our Stage 1 winner here tonight. Braden Hughes has disconnected from the session after the incident with Derek Jewett. Oh, Alex. Alex. Live chat getting lively now. Gavin Hinson, currently the leader. Christian Barnes in second. Evan Janik up to third. John Ullman, Justin Hendry, your top 5. Should be hitting the choose here in mere moments. Top 2 to the bottom. Janik. The next 3 actually go to the high side. Then 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, 4 on the top, 5 on the top. Everyone making sure they make it obvious to our race control, Brandon Willard, where they want to restart this one. Well, the race has been turned on its head, I would have to say, as you're 2 of the fastest trucks tonight, the only 2 trucks to lead laps before this one. Out of the race, not out of the race, I should say, suffering damage and falling back through the field. In the case of Derek Jewett, back to now 12th position. And out of the race for Braden Hughes, who will end up in the 21st spot, just in front of Christopher Benning, who's also left the session after getting that massive damage on the 64 machine. still about halfway in this one. 60 laps remaining. Hinson. Janik. Into the restart zone. Late launch. Timed up well by the outside lane. Hinson's going to get away clean this time. Few drivers trying to force it 3 wide here in the middle. That's Hawthorne. They are scattered. Looks like Daytona as Andrew Allen gets to the side of Christian Barnes. Barnes is loose in front of the field. There's Bond. They're all spinning. How did they not crash? They are 7 wide right now. They're in the grass. Oh, Jewett got to the side of Barnes. Oh, caution is out. They just about had it saved. VSPEED top 10. There you go. Wow. Oh my, how'd they make it that far? What on earth? Like, let's diagnose this. Starts off with Allen and Barnes, and look at this. They are like 6, 7 wide here in the grass. And then Jewett right there couldn't keep it in the grass. Catches the 27 and the 99. Wow. Wow. All right, one more time here. This time, looking at the 27 here. Andrew Allen gets a little tight in the center, washes up, hits the 27. There's nothing these drivers can do here. Caleb Hunt, watch that green 78 get through this. Just decides to park it, goes right through the grass. Tucker the third got lucky getting through that one. My, oh my. Barnes with the meatball flag. Oh, and he got it. There's Caleb Hunt got a part of it. That's unfortunate. This is clearly the 27 can't steer. Oh, man, that is really a tough break. Let's ride on board here with Hunt. So we're sliding through the grass here, just trying to keep this thing out of harm's way. Does a great job of avoiding it. Doesn't realize a 27 can't steer. Thinks he's all clear, and boom, right in the back of him. See, both front tires knocked off the 27. On pit road now, a lot of those drivers involved in that. Gonna take an opportunity to fix some damage. The 17 was caught up in it as well. The 7 of Bristow, Wasaki was in it. All drivers here on the pit lane. Caleb Hunt's truck was doing a little karate. Agreed, Alex. No idea how that wasn't 10 times worse. That should have been all but 3 or 4 cars involved in that one. Somehow, just some really heads-up driving by a lot of drivers in that field. So I have to give massive props to everyone for not making that so much worse. We got Andrew Shobe, former driver in this series, shouting out Adam, I'm assuming that's Adam Holston, for the win here tonight. Running P3 is the 8. No one willing to check up. Yeah, that's sometimes how it goes. But, I mean, at the same time, where do you go? There were trucks all the way down in the grass. 2 trucks sideways blocking the racetrack. I think that they did a great job not making it worse. So, big props to them on that one. And 17's going to win. Well, he's got some work to do all the way back now to 18th. Still on the pit lane. Might go a lap down here. See if he wins the race off pit road. Looks like he should pretty easily. As we're choosing. Apologies, Mr. Mystic, for missing that one. Yeah, a lot of work now for the 17 to do to get up there and have a shot to win. We'll see. We'll see. So we close in on 80 laps completed here. What a fun one we've had so far. Great racing all the way throughout the field. Drivers slipping and sliding. great side-by-side action. Now their front row consists of Gavin Hinson and Andrew Allen. Evan Janik back to row number 2. Justin Hendry makes his return to the top 4. Holston, Hatala, Ullman, Cochran, Thornton, Tucker, your top 10. What a great rebound for Tucker. EOL start the race after qualifying 18th, up to P10 at this point. And into the restart zone. Spun the tires on the outside lanes. Gonna let Hinson get away clean. Battle's on. Andrew Allen. And the 8 of Adam Holston. Janik gets moved up a little bit out of line. As Hinson's going to clear by 2, 3 truck lengths now. First time he's led. Not a caution coming out right away. Got to hold off Janik. The high Janik's been up to the front all day. After starting in 11th. Here comes Andrew Allen. Trying to make this a 4-car breakaway. Hatala trying to hang tough. Back in 5th. He's got Hendry to the inside. And here comes Cochran. Here comes the 79 and Ullman in the 34. All drivers trying to get up to the front. You see a lot of yellow banners making their way up to the front of the field at the late stage into this race. Exactly what you would expect from playoff drivers. The 96 Allen really trying to be aggressive here. Let's see if into turn 1 he can end up making a move. And the tallest to his outside, he's going to lose a spot. As Janik all over the back bumper of Gavin Hinson. Poking and prodding, trying to find a way to get around that 39. At least one more pit stop to get to the end. Remember, the top 2 are on the oldest stuff in the field. Somebody missed the assignment on that one. Allen slowly falling back here now to the outside of Cochran. And here comes Hatala. What a great drive for the 09, working those fresher tires, 8 laps fresher. Then the front 2, he's going to go take it to the inside of Janik and just drive away. Hits the apron, going to slide up now. Can the 71 get him off the corner? No! Big block from the 09. Wall contact. A lot of drivers touching that apron. That's not going to help the momentum of these trucks at all. This is also one of those places where there are certain tracks where you can get down to that white line. There's a little bit of, it's almost like putting your tire in a track at a car wash where it just pulls your vehicle along in a perfect, around a perfect path. Some racetracks is where 3 wide have that spot where you can hook that left front tire right on the seam at the bottom of the racetrack and really pull you around the corner. This is not one of them from my experience. I haven't ever found that spot here. It definitely exists at Charlotte in turns 3 and 4, definitely exists in Las Vegas in turns 1 and 2, but not really here. So when I see drivers hit the apron, I'm curious if they maybe found something, but a lot of drivers here tonight have just missed by a little bit, as a few drivers really pancaked the fence there. You're looking at your top 9 who have separated themselves, and Jackson Hatala is taking it to Gavin Hinson right now. But further back, Wasaki, Thornton. That's a 99 of Baum. And Caleb Hunt. All trying to figure out who will be the second driver behind Brad Nelson leading this little group here. Again, what a fantastic race so far. Just action all over the place. No shortage of places to watch these drivers duke it out. Some have definitely had better days than others. No doubt about that. As Atala has taken the lead away from Hinson. And here comes Holston. Cochran now up to third, up at fourth, apologies as well. What's the 84 have in store for us? How about Harold Tucker the third? What a rebound for the 79. Started all the way out back. Last driver to take the green flag here. Currently running in the top 5. That's how you rebound. That's how you keep your head down. Probably a reason why he's in the playoffs. Able to scratch out some of these tougher finishes when things don't go his way. Drivers scrapping and clawing for the draft here. As we should be seeing pit stops for Hinson in about 5 to 8 laps. Will that get him to the end? It should, but it'll be tight. It'll be tight to get it to the end from there. Everyone else around him good for a while longer, and especially good. Remember, I mentioned it earlier. Harold Tucker III was on pit road 2 laps after everyone else when he got a penalty. Took an opportunity to bring it down pit road to get some more fuel. That might pay massive dividends for the 79. The best drivers in the field on fuel right now, Caleb Hunt and Hawthorne back in 12th and 13th. They pit 14 laps ago. That is 4 laps after Harold Tucker III did. And look at Adam Holston. Going to try and take it away from the 09 of Jackson Hatala. Looks like he will clear off of turn number 4. New leader. Give it to the 8th of Adam Holston. Stage 1. 1 driver led the whole thing. Stage 2. It was 2 drivers led every single lap of that one. Here in stage 3, we've already seen a bunch of lead changes. Quick recap. 5 cautions, 6 lead changes here tonight at Kansas. All the cautions for cause, even though we had 2 stages, both stages actually brought out with cautions for cause, which is interesting. Doesn't usually happen. 3-way battle for the lead. Here comes the 84. As Joshua Thornton goes for a ride. Around goes the 29. Caution is out. Oh, what a bad time for this caution strategy-wise. Oh, my goodness. We'll talk about that in a minute. First, what happened to the 29? At the 17 right behind him. Well above this racetrack. Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, that's a block and then another block and then a third block. And eventually he just got turned for his efforts. Not much you can do there for the 17. Look at it again here. 29's definitely mirror driving. You see it here. Goes up the racetrack to block, and he goes down the racetrack and then tries one more time. Doesn't quite get there. Gets a little bit of a ride for his efforts. Definitely not what the 17 wanted either. Trying to get you back to the field. That's probably going to put a damper on that. But up front, Atala leads Cochran, Holston, and Hinson. Harold Tucker III. I imagine we'll be seeing drivers down pit road here, but we are just outside the window to make it to the end. Cautions will help, but man, this is not a great time for this caution. My estimation is we're going to be about 5 to 6 laps short from here. Now, caution laps make up for that, so probably make it 4 to 5. More cautions would help, but if we go green, oh, we could see a plethora of strategies. We could see drivers try and save from the drop of the green. We could see drivers short pit and cut it in half, run it all the way out, and try and be aggressive that way. in pit with only 5 laps to go or so for a splash of gas. We could see a whole lot of strategy here, but a tall off pit lane. Everyone taking 4 tires and gas. Fill it up. Oh, Hitala. Black flag, potentially? Curious what the call is here. Maybe too fast on pit road. I don't see a black flag for the 09. But regardless, no longer the leader. Wow. Wow, that is... Oh, that is awful. Hand the lead back to Adam Holston. Jacob Cochran in tow. Gavin Hinson, Andrew Allen. I'll be honest, if I'm anyone who isn't in the top 8 or so, I'd be pitting again right here. 100%. Pack that thing full of fuel. I don't think anyone does that. Everyone's trying to make the choose now. All right, back up front. Let's reset it. It's going to be tight on fuel, as it always seems to be here in the Mystic Racing League. Holston and Hinson, 1 and 2. Cochran and Allen. Tucker the third, and Janik, your top 6, your first 3 rows. Pace car will make that trek down pit road this time. I'll tell you what, something's brewing in a big way. Into the restart zone. Green flag back out here in Kansas. Excellent jump for Holston. Hinson looks like he'll lose a spot to Cochran. Andrew Allen trying to fill that hole as well. Hinson might lose 2 here. Able to get back alongside the 84. Did not get a good run through the center. Almost 3 wide. Allen chooses better of it. Holston is loving this right now. 84 is backing up the whole line. He might be saving fuel here. Could be also letting the 39 in. He does successfully get the 39 in line, as they're 3 wide back behind him. Here comes Caleb Hunt. Have barely mentioned the 74 all day today, other than that damage with the 27. But Caleb's up here in 9th spot. Best he's run all day, to my recollection. As we got guys scrapping and clawing out here. Oh, spin! It's Ullman! Around goes Ullman. No caution. Still no caution. Ullman down below the apron. That is going to destroy the track position. For the 34 here. Wow, that's a heartbreaker. Was running up in, I think, 10th when that happened. Allen and Janik continue to scrap and claw. Wall contact for Cochran as Allen clears. And now down to the bottom. First side-by-side battle was a great rebound from Brad Nelson alongside Justin Hendry, who's just been solid and steady all night up at around that 6th position. Some more housekeeping. Ullman, of course, last driver on the lead lap after that spin. About half a lap down right now. Christian Barnes, the only driver, 1 lap down. Braden Hughes, Christopher Benning have left the session due to a penalty and a crash, respectively. Cochran and Hinson going at it again. I think Cochran cut Hinson a break. Let him back in. Now, the real question to me is, are we saving fuel or are we trying to lead the race? Because obviously you can't win the race with no fuel in the tank, or at least you got to make it to the flag is what I mean. Can't run out half a lap short. But these guys are well more than half a lap short. I'm thinking more like 3, 4, 5 laps short. Can we make it to a point where we save fuel enough to make it in? I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. So that begs the question, when do we bring it down pit road? And I think once we answer that one, we've really unlocked the mystery of this race. The other question is, do we see another yellow? As Hinson gets bullied down to the grass. He really did he got put down there pretty good. Side by side behind him, Janik and Tucker. Janik's really flirted with that way outside line tonight. Really high entry and then kind of a middle exit. It's worked out for him to the point where he's able to use the draft to maintain speed, but he hasn't really had a lot of race leading speed today. He's never really got up to the front and showed that line will work. The draft has been so important tonight, but he also can't rely on it like a Daytona or a Talladega. We got contact. That's going to get the 79 loose, just out of shape. 71 hits the apron, slides at the racetrack. Still not clear. 30 laps to go here in Kansas. Top 3 are broken away. Hinson still just barely in touch, but Janik starting to lose touch with Hinson. Holston following behind Cochran. This is the first time the 84 has led today. Single file. Really the entire top 10 here. First side-by-side battle. Back for 12th. Wasaki. Dwinell. Reggie Kine back in 14th. Got to say, great recovery as well for the 9. Remember, he was 3 laps down at one point in time. He got passed twice before the first caution after damage. Currently back in the, not only in the race, but able to get up here and battle some various trucks for position. So that's great to see out of the 9 of Reggie Kine. Back up front. Janik and Hinson still going at it. Janik seems to have found a little something. Going to clear the 39th lap the racetrack. The draft should help him here. Does Gavin turn left on him? I think Gavin's going to push him. As now Cochran driving away from Holston ever so slightly. 2/10 between each of those first 3 trucks. A little wall contact for Cochran there. Really trying to widen out that entry, find all the speed he can. Here's what it looks like behind the wheel of the 71. I'm just watching the tape on the wheel. That tells you everything you need to know. If it's constant throughout the corner and it's not turned more than 15, 20 degrees, truck's handling quite all right. If it's fighting back and forth often, probably fighting a bit of a free condition. If it's really turned hard to the left side, more than that 15, 20 degrees, you're probably tight. We got contact in the back. Oh, Hendry's in it. Caution is out. Baum is involved. Hendry's involved. Nelson's involved. Time's involved with Caleb Hunt. The day just is not getting better for Aaron Baum. So it starts off with the 85 and the 33. Up the racetrack goes a 33. Hendry can't save it. 17 luckily avoids it narrowly. Everyone else able to get away from it except for the 9 and the 78. Just not able to get away from a nifty move there by Kime to not wreck that truck even more. But let's ride on board here with Caleb Hunt. Back here with Misaki. The 97 seems to contact way up ahead. There, now the caution's out. I don't think he expected Kime to try and go around the outside and squeeze between him and the accident, but regardless, no real further damage done to either of those trucks. But this is going to bring every single driver down pit road because you can make it to the end from here. I believe in the biz, they call this the money stop. Oh, Cochran missed the pit box. That's going to hurt. Who's the first out of the pit box? The 33, the 96. Here comes the 8. Yeah, Cochran's going to lose a couple spots, it looks like. Back to third. Holston, the big winner out of that one. Andrew Allen also, what a great, great stop for him. As we have 22 to go until we capture the flag. Here in the OklahomaBounce.com, show it off 200 from Kansas Speedway, the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. I can't say enough about how fun this race has been to cover. We have just seen an excellent display of car control tonight. Drivers being fairly respectful, save for one incident that you probably know what I'm talking about. Just fantastic racing throughout. Drivers hitting the choose here. Split decision. The bottom is good if you're up at the front. The top is better. If you're further back in the field, you can really keep it wound up and gain some spots that way. Look back at Jackson Hatala. He's got up to 11th after, remember, he was leading. And then on the pit stop the last time, busted for, I believe, speeding. Some rule violation regardless. Got an EOL. Falls back. Now he's up to 11th again. Remember, that 09 drove through the field with very little assistance from strategy. A lot of speed in that truck. Can he catch up to Holston, Cochran, Allen, Hinson, and Janik, who have really been the dominant 5 since the incident with the 20 or 11 on your screen? And Jewett took place. We're about to find out. Pace truck is off the racetrack. Into the restart zone. Equal launch, top and bottom. The shorter way around is the faster way around right now. Aggressive move. The 17 gets down behind the 71. They fan out. Down the back. The 96 going to take the spot away. Oh, we got a driver sliding. It's a 97. Great save. Great save. By Keith DeWinnel. Wow, that thing was sideways. Janik is sideways. Wow, below that white line, which is totally legal here. It's going to force 3 wide. Hinson didn't know it. That's going to cost Hinson. They're still 3 wide. They're still 3 across here. What do you do? Where do you go? Hinson's going to lose a ton of time. Ooh, Tucker. He got the 17, a big break as they are still trying to figure out what to do here. Hendry and Hinson too wide, and they are just freight training them on the bottom. Now it's going to be Baum going to try to do the same thing. They can't break out of this cycle. Goodness gracious. This is so frustrating. If you're Gavin Hinson, you've run in the top 3 for most of the day, and now you're staring at 8th, 9th, 10th, and you cannot get around this 85. As Cochran has taken the lead from Holston. 3 playoff drivers lead the way. 3 non-playoff drivers to follow. Everyone slicing, dicing. Here comes the 17 of Hawthorne. He's going to force it 3 wide here. Takes a sharp turn to the left, puts Janik in a bad spot. That's going to cost Janik a position or 2. Holston's going to push the 17 up off the corner. Oh, he's going to almost spin him. What a save. What a moment that was. Just barely clears the 8. Andrew Allen trying to track down Jacob Cochran. The reverse of what it was like at Lime Rock Park, where Andrew Allen led most of the race and lapped the entire field. He's right to the back bumper of Cochran, tries to give him a push. 14 laps remain. Oh, we got major blocking. 17's going to go ahead and take the second spot, but he's going to wreck them. They're all wrecking, the whole field's in it. Oh my goodness, 4 trucks, 5 trucks, 6, 8, 10. All wrecking here to turn number 1. Wow. Oh my goodness. We saw it live from a higher view here. 96 goes to block the 17. And just tries to pinch him down. And I mean, I understand why you're trying to do that, but just simply not the right thing to do. At that stage of the race, at that position on the racetrack, you can't try and pinch somebody down there. Of course, 96 comes back up on the racetrack and around they go. Watch it one more time. See 17. 96 trying to pinch him down. 17 expects a little more room. And a lot of trucks getting big time damage here. Some drivers piling in late. I was trying to say. A few drivers with nowhere to go. This happens right in the lap of the 27. Christian Barnes. Remember, had big damage earlier, up to 4th now. This happens right in his lap. Where is he supposed to go here? Thinks it's going to be okay and clears out the 79. There goes Hendry. I thought Janik got through it okay. He actually had a lot more damage than I expected. Have a look at Janik one more time. Watch that black and blue 71 right there, center of your screen. He just about got away from this. He had it right there, then he got turned, and I think it just Oh, it was the hit from Nelson, put him in the fence. Oh, and that with Ullman, that truck was destroyed. You saw the engine pop. Yeah, there's definitely some drivers who are not going to be happy post that accident. Reminds me, I don't remember what year it was here at Kansas, but there was a crash similar to that in the actual NASCAR race here under the lights. I think that's the one where Almirola hurt his back. That big hit into the turn 1 wall. At the line this time will be 10 laps to go. Cochran leads Hinson, Kime, Baum, Thornton. I mean, just listen to that top 5 again. Jacob Cochran, been up front most of the day. Gavin Hinson, just talking about how he got shuffled back. That probably saved him from being caught up in that accident. He's in second now. Reggie Kime was 3 laps down at one point. He is now in third. Joshua Thornton, he was caught up in an accident earlier. He's in fourth. And Caleb Hunt has been caught up in a couple of them tonight. Just minor incidents throughout the race here. He's up in the top 5. Cochran falls back. What's going on with the 84? Well, this changes everything. Going to give Gavin Hinson the lead here. And I'm sorry for the prediction for the 17 to win the race. He's disconnected from the session. Hawthorne will not be your victor here this evening. But aren't we all winners? We're getting to watch and participate in such a fantastic racing event. I think that we're all winners here tonight. 21 drivers are probably not going to feel that way. Well, let's just keep that between us, shall we? Should be choosing this time by here into the restart zone. Comes the pace truck, followed by the remaining drivers. 15 of them on the lead lap, back to Derek Jewett. Everyone making their selections for where they want to start this one. Hawthorne, Janik, Hughes, Benning, all out of the race. Brad Nelson, Justin Hendry, been on pit road for a while. I believe they're also out of the race unofficially. Yeah, black flag for Jacob Cochran for something. I'm not sure what it was. This just got interesting. We're under 10 to go. Playoff drivers up at the front. A few non-playoff drivers as well, namely that 9 truck that has just kind of been hanging around. Wouldn't that be a shot off the bow if Reggie Kime is able to pull out a win here and stun the playoff drivers? Caleb Hunt told me all week he was going to get an interview with me, whether it was in victory lane or not, in the top 3. He was going to finish there. That green 78 has a great shot at it at this stage in the race. Winner at Las Vegas earlier this year, the sister track to Kansas. Pace truck, hopefully for the final time, visits the pit lane. Field in the hands of Gavin Hinson and Reggie Kime. Under green. Naughty, great launch for the outside. They're going to be clear by 3, 4 car lengths. Kime's going to get split 3 wide here. Here comes Casey Bristow to the bottom. Kime to the side of Allen. Here comes Joshua Thornton. They get around Gavin Hinson and Caleb Hunt. What a run. Bristow's going to get to Hunt's outside. 5 trucks under a blanket here. Oh, Caleb Hunt gets turned. 78's in front of traffic. Oh, massive contact. Ullman's involved. Playoff driver. Reggie Kime's in it as well. Oh, man. That is the worst thing that you want. Wow. Wow. Okay. Let's go back and recap this one. One more time here, a little further back. We kind of saw this one live. There was definitely a lot of netcode involved, so I can't, I for sure say it's not intentional. I mean, there's no reason for the 79 to drive into the 78 intentionally here. Just a case of two trucks in different positions, but actually in the same position. Yeah, maybe didn't realize they were going to be 3 wide there. But up in front of traffic. Oh, Kime, Baum, Ullman, and the 97 all get a big piece of that, and that is going to be so frustrating. Hunt out of fast repairs as well. A lot of drivers use their fast repairs here tonight. Yeah, that is not what you want to see. Joshua Thornton, though, back up to the front of the field. Will be clicking off 5 laps to go at the line this time by Hinson, Bristow, Allen, and Wysocki. How about Douglas Wysocki? What a fantastic run he's having. Surviving the carnage. Doing a great job in that 11. That thing is looking pretty spotless right now at this stage of the day. There are all your drivers on pit road, namely the ones involved in the accident. Fuel is not a concern. Only driver who might have a bit of concern is Gavin Hinson. He's on 11 lap older tires than everyone else, but nonetheless, I still think the truck should handle just fine. Thornton. First laps he's led today. Led 3 of them. Hinson's led 22 circuits. Casey Bristow's yet to be in front of the field. Andrew Allen is in that same boat. Douglas Wysocki. These might be his first laps in the top 5 here tonight. Should be coming to the choose. The most important choose here tonight. Very well could determine who wins and loses this one this evening. Ooh, that might be, I don't know if he got there. I don't know if Joshua Thornton was able to clear that seam. He might have just handed this win to Gavin Hinson. He did. He did cross the seam. Oh, that changes everything. Now it's Gavin Hinson and Casey Bristow on the front row. We have seen so many procedural black flags this evening. And there is a killer. Oh, man, that has got to hurt. If you're the 29. Hinson, Bristow, Allen, Wysocki, your top 4. Jackson Hatala rounds out the top 5. Derek Jewett. How about the 45 with a rebound? Going to be up in the top 6 positions. Wow. Unbelievable. 4 laps to go. It's going to be 3 at the start-finish line. Pace truck bounces across the apron. Everyone lined up on the bottom here. Into the zone. Oh, Bristow went first. Casey Bristow jumped the restart. Gavin Hinson falls back to 3rd here. Andrew Allen is going to take over once the black flag is assigned. Oh, this is absolutely changing everything on the fly here. And here comes Jackson Hatala, the 09 out of nowhere. Andrew Allen, 2 laps to go from Kansas. First laps he's led today. Bristow all over the back bumper. They're blocking down the backstretch. Here comes Hatala in the 09. Big block, move up the racetrack. Bristow is going to take the lead. White flag is out. Bristow the leader. Hatala is second. Here comes Allen. Here comes Cochran. We don't know if the restart will stand. Down the backstretch. This could be the battle for the win. Big block from the 96. Here comes Jackson Hatala. Casey Bristow will cross the line first, but will he be declared the winner? Only time will tell. Great finish. The question is, was the restart legal? Let's bring those results back up here, that ticker back up for a moment. Is Casey Bristow the race winner? Or is it going to be Jackson Hatala? Regardless, it will not be a playoff driver winning the race here this evening. Who is it going to be? It's one of those two who wins it here tonight. But which one is the question? Waiting on a word from race control. Will it be that grayed out NASCAR.com race view truck, or will it be the 09 Quick Trip machine? That is the question. We're going to take a quick step aside and come back with the answer to who ends up winning this one. It looks like might be giving it to Casey Bristow. We'll get confirmation for you after a quick word from our sponsors. I think this looks to be that Casey Bristow is going to be your winner. Let's put the graphic up. We'll change it if we have to. Casey Bristow might have had to restart his life to get this one. Congratulations, driver, for winning here in Kansas. We will take a quick step aside here. Be back with results and interviews with your top three. Hatala, Andrew Allen, Casey Bristow if he is declared the winner, or Jacob Cochran if he's not declared the winner. Be back right after this. You've been watching the Mystic Racing League. Oh, it is official. We have official word that Casey Bristow has in fact won this race. Congratulations to the seven. We'll have interviews with those top three. When we come back, don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here live on VSPEED, we're going to have a quick look at this restart. Was cleared by race control, just for you at home to see exactly how the 7 was able to get this one done. So watch on the ground in front of these trucks. There will be 2 sets of white lines. Seven got the jump. Round he goes. That is going to be a win here for Casey Bristow. But now, it's time for the results. Winning tonight is Casey Bristow in what was a action-packed event. 9 cautions, 16 lead changes, battles throughout the field, all the way around this facility. Jackson Atala going to come home in second after a fantastic rebound from a penalty of some sort. Andrew Allen will finish third. We'll talk with those drivers right after this. Jacob Cochran in 4th position. I believe he was the 2nd highest of the playoff drivers. Andrew Allen leading that charge. Harold Tucker the third playoff driver tonight, 5th overall. Douglas Wasaki coming home in 6th position. Gavin Hinson falls back to 7th after being the leader on the restart. Joshua Thornton in 8th. Reggie Kime finishes 9th after a disastrous start. And Derek Jewett brings it home in the 10th position after leading and winning stage number 2. Aaron Baum finishes 11th after winning the pole. That does not tell the whole story. That truck was beaten and battered all night tonight. The 97 of Dueno finishes in 12th. Caleb Hunt 13th tonight after starting in 17th. Christian Barnes in 14th. Adam Holston 15th after a much better run than that. Caught up in that late race accident. John Ullman 16th. Hawthorne finishes 17th in the 17. Brad Nelson will finish 18th tonight. Justin Hendry, apologies. I know it didn't sound right. In 19th spot, Evan Janik 20th after running up front all night. The final 2 on the grid, Braden Hughes and Christopher Benning out early for a couple different reasons. Those 2 drivers rounding out your 22 truck field. Well, let's have a chat with your top 3. We'll start off with Andrew Allen. Andrew Morgan up in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, what a frantic drive to the finish for this 96. I mean, you had a shot at getting the win here. You blocked like crazy on Jacob Cochran into turn number 3. Almost went for a ride. I mean, how much fun were you guys having out there tonight?
I can't say I was having too much fun. Some people have no respect for playoff drivers, and it's been showing the last few weeks. I don't understand it. They would expect the respect if they were in my shoes or any other playoff driver's shoes, and yeah, it's just getting a little out of hand, and I think something needs to be done about it.
Well, you were able to escape. I mean, obviously, other than that one incident, I know what you're talking about, but other than that one incident, you were able to escape most of the carnage tonight. This 96 truck looked bad fast. You were one of the only drivers who really appeared kind of loose out there. Was there anything that you found in practice or throughout the week that really helped you to keep this truck rotating freely?
I can't say I really figured it out in practice. In practice, I had a fast lap, but it was with draft. The car was super tight in practice, and it was super tight early on in the race. But once the track started to cool down just a little bit more, I was able to get it to rotate a little bit better. And I like a loose car, so I was able to set it up just a little bit looser than then some people had it, and yeah, I was able to hook the corners and get going.
Yeah, clearly you were just fast all night tonight. There's no question about it. You led that one lap. I don't know if you get bonus points for that, but you were the leading playoff driver tonight. You ended up with the highest finish of those playoff drivers. How good does that feel heading into the rest of the playoffs here?
It's a good start. Would have loved to have gotten the win to have locked myself into the next round or to the championship, but I don't even know where we are next week. Was it Dega or something? Um, that's up in the air. I mean, anyone can win that, and then Martinsville, I know we have a real shot. I know we ran top 5, top 3 last race we were there.
All right. Well, clearly some confidence brewing here in the 96 camp. What do you have to say to the people watching here on VSPEED and everyone here in this league tonight?
Well, got to thank the sponsors, Precision Setups. If you guys need setups, they're fast, reliable, and they're out already for New Hampshire this week. PrecisionSetups.gg and THDesigns. If you guys need a paint scheme, get in contact with Jackson Hautala. And he's been cooking up some good paints recently.
Oh, now I can't call him Atala anymore. Oh man. It's rolled off the tongue so good. Whatever. We'll deal with that. That's another time. Congratulations, Andrew. Third place finisher tonight. The top of the sheet when it comes to playoff drivers. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
You bet. All right. That's Andrew Allen, third place finisher here tonight. One spot up the grid. You'll find none other. Then Jackson, is it Hautala? Is that what I
Yes, it is Hautala.
heard? Well, I've been calling you Hatala for about the last 6 months, and I have never been corrected. So this is going to be a bit of a change for me. I just learned about this mere seconds ago. So apologies for getting your name wrong every time I say it. But we're going to look past that for a minute. Second place here tonight in what was arguably the fastest truck the last half of this race, that entire stage 3, really. You drove through the field. You led some laps, 7 of them to be precise. I think you might have actually cracked the fast lap of the race. Let me check quickly. No, you were not the fast lap. That was Christian Barnes, the other red truck tonight. But you were very quick out here. What happened that made you have to fall back through the field? EOL, penalty, choose penalty? What was it that ended up kind of derailing you for a little bit?
Yeah, so pretty much what happened was one of those cautions, some people stayed out, some took 2. I was the first truck on 4. Got some good green flag laps in and cycled to the lead, so that was good. Car felt really good, especially in that clean air. And then caution came out, went to go pit, got bopped for speeding, and I don't know.
Yeah, speeding on pit road, that'll get you every single time. I hate when that happens to me as well, but you were able to rebound from it, obviously P2. And then at the end of the race, I don't know how much you drivers were chatting on the radio. I have it turned off for obvious reasons here on the VSPEED broadcast, but there was probably some conversation of the restart and if the 7 was legal or not. Did you think you were battling 3 wide for a moment with the 96 and the 84 for the win at that point in time?
Yeah, I thought I was racing for the win. I got bopped at Nashville in the Cup car for doing that same thing. I looked at the replay. The 7 went, and from what I know, with the 29 getting sent to the rear for a choose violation, it should have been, I think it was the 39 on the inside front row.
Yeah, it was.
He should have been the control. But the 7 got a slight bump from the 96, and then he took off, where I think he should have gotten penalized for that. It's happened to me. It's happened to everybody. So as soon as I saw that, I'm racing my teammate 96. I feel bad trying to get that position from him, but I'm trying to race for a win too. But yeah.
Well, definitely something that race control we'll look at. I'm confident of it. I have no doubts that the admin team here will figure that out throughout the week, and if that is in fact the right call. But for now, it stands. You're P2. Casey Bristow is P1. And what do you have to say to the people here on VSPEED? Do you want to thank or shout out? Anything come to mind?
Yeah, just big thanks to Andrew with Fast Living Motorsports, Hautala Designs, and Precision Speed Solutions. Those guys are great over there. Got great setups. Other than that, happy with the P2. I'm hoping that call gets overturned because Like I said, I think that should have been my win.
Yeah, well, a trophy would definitely be nice. Certainly here for the 09, but Jackson Hautala, right? Got that one right?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Congratulations on P2,
Thank you.
and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You bet. And then there was one, and that one was the winner. Casey Bristow, Morgan up in the VSPEED victory lane. You got a copy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, controversial win. It seems like at this point, restart, maybe. I'm not really sure what to say about it. It really depends on what the rule says for who becomes the lead car when that one car gets disqualified. Regardless, you won the race.
Yeah.
So I mean, you were not a front runner tonight. No, I mean no offense by that, but you were very rarely up here in the top 6 at any point throughout this race. How did you cycle to the front at the end? And how did you get the job done here?
Yeah, talk about a controversial win. Very Denny Hamlin like. But
Yeah, your
that's
guy,
okay.
eh?
That's my favorite driver, so I'm okay. Yeah, no, no offense taken. Like, I was not a good. I didn't have a good truck tonight, and I was content with just like a top 15 finish. But never give up. Cautions came late. I don't think if that first caution that we were trying to make that fuel run on, like with about 30 or so to go, if that didn't come out, I probably would have had to pit. I was trying to save as much as I can, but the cautions came, and you know what they say about cautions. Cautions breed cautions, and I just took fresh tires, and I avoided all the wrecks, and found myself up to, I don't know, fifth or sixth or fifth or seventh or something like that. I don't know. And then the 78 went around, and then I find myself in the top 3. And after that, I guess the 29 had a choose lane violation, and it put me on the front row. And as far as that restart goes, it said that I was the control car, and there wasn't a lot of time to think, or you have to make a decision and go with it. And I waited till I got to the restart zone, and it said I was the control car, so I went.
Well, you might have just caught the break of the year right there with that choose violation on the 29. I mean, regardless of what happened on the restart, you were clearly able to make the end of the race, those final 3 laps work. You were able to hold off the rest of the field. And I mean, from up here, it looked like a lot of fun. We've heard some varying opinions on how much fun drivers are having out there. From your seat, was this an enjoyable race to be a part of?
Well, the
Not a great
first
start, I'll be honest
90% of
with
it
you.
was not. Yeah, no, it was not great. I know where I stand as a racer. I'm not the worst. I'm not the best. I see myself as a capable driver, and I'm okay with that. Whether it's in officials or hosted races and leagues like that, I think I'm capable, and I proved that tonight. A little bit of luck on my side. I can't, can't lie. Luck played a big part, but I mean, doesn't matter. I have the win, and that's what they say in real racing. It doesn't matter how you get them; you got it.
That's what we say here on VSPEED. Doesn't matter, or they don't ask how, they ask how many. And you can put a 1 beside your name here for the rest of the season. You started 19th, led a trio of laps here. And I mean, what do you have to say to the people watching at home on VSPEED? We got still 7 of us sticking around with us here after late night in Kansas. What do you got for us?
Are you ready for this? I got 2 parts, but you ready for this first part?
Sure.
Nothing bad.
Okay, I hope not.
To all the fans watching, I beat your favorite driver.
Yeah, kind of telegraphed that one, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Definitely didn't have a truck as fast as VSPEED YouTube Productions, but it's in victory lane, and I'm happy. Just want to thank first. I got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, not because I won, but just think about it, man. We live in a time where we can do something like this. How cool is that? That I don't know you personally, you don't know me personally, but we have this fellowship in iRacing, and we can race together. How cool is that? So I just want to give all praise to him. Thanks to my loving wife, who tolerates me doing this. but she's real supportive, and she loves me, and I love her. And also, I want to dedicate this win to my mother-in-law. She just got out of hospital today, so that's a double win for the family.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all of the above. And Casey Bristow, tonight you are the winner here in the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series.
Thank you.
You bet. Well, that is going to do it for the post-race show here this evening. What a fun one. We had at Kansas 2 and 3 wide battles all the way throughout the field. Got a little bit yellow happy at the end, but I mean, all in all, set up a fantastic finish. Controversial finish, potentially. Didn't realize exactly how that choose rule happened, whether it went to the second place car or the high lane or whatever have you. But regardless, Casey Bristow crosses that finish line first, and he will be the winner, at least as it stands right now. We'll hear back next week and see if that still stays in effect. But I got to thank everyone. Starting off with OklahomaBounce.com, the show went off 200 here in Kansas. Thank you for hopping on board for this event. Of course, Black Diamond Designs for sponsoring the truck series all season long. Alex Pollock and everyone over there who makes all those fantastic paint schemes. Thank you for what you guys do. And then the Mystic Racing League for allowing VSPEED to be a part of it, allow us to broadcast here on our weekly schedule. And you might see a lot more of VSPEED here in the Mystic Racing League, so stay tuned for the next few months starting in 2026. But I got to thank every single one of the admins who make this thing possible. Of course, Brandon Willard, the owner of the league and the one who organizes all the chaos behind the scenes to make it all look good when we get on the racetrack. Alex Pollock, Harold Tucker, John Ullman, Reggie Kime, Christian Barnes, Jared Knopfschneider, anyone else who I may have missed in that list. All the admins here do fantastic work. Thank every single one of them. And I got to thank everyone at VSPEED as well. The ownership group, Adam Baker, Eddie Smith, Bradley Cooper. I'd also thank Logan Threlkeld, Lucas Lyons, all the other producers and commentators. I believe Racing Revolution, run by Alex Gagnon here tonight. So I got to thank all those guys for what they do, helping this thing go around. And if you haven't already, please take an opportunity to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon as we have races that happen all over the week. Next time you'll see me is Saturday afternoon for the Super Formula 23 iRacing Officials at Interlagos. You do not want to miss that one. Check out vspeedsim.com/shop for all your merchandise needs. Be at VSpeedSim on X. And, I mean, it's just been an absolute blast here. Also got to thank Dougie Beard for the cameras he supplied us, allow us to show these fantastic camera angles and this great racing here. But I've been Morgan Cook, and for everyone who makes this thing possible, thank you very much. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time right here on VSPEED.